Welcome! Today we're going to explore some tips and tricks at my favorite places of Europe. Let's begin. The first thing you want to do is research the destination you want to go to before you book your flight. After you pick some attractions to visit, it's always a good idea to see if they offer ticket purchasing online. This will save you time from waiting in long lines and give you more time at your attraction. Always call your credit card company to let them know the countries you're visiting. This will save you from fraudulent activity and keep them from canceling your card while you're on vacation. Another time-saving idea is to plan your days out. Some museums might be closed on certain days, so you want to know ahead of time so you can plan other activities on those days. After you have all your ducks in a row, let's learn some do's and don'ts. When I've traveled to Europe, I noticed some things Americans do that make them stand out. The first one is that they always have the huge camera around their neck. Or they're always wearing bright colored clothes that lets everyone know you're on vacation. Don't be loud and obnoxious. Europeans like to talk softly, so follow what the locals do. Another don't is keeping your wallet and cell phone in your back pocket. Don't keep your money purse around your neck or around your waist. This definitely screams Americans. And this makes you a target for pickpocketers and thieves. A do is what we talked about before. Once you have planned your week and purchased your tickets, it's a good idea to check the weather for that day so you can be prepared and to find local grocery stores or restaurants. That way you know exactly where you're going when you leave your hotel. Another do is practice a few phrases before you arrive. Locals will appreciate the tourists trying to speak the local language. Do always have local currency on you in case a shop doesn't take your credit card. Depending on what countries, sometimes you have to pay for the restroom. So it's good to have some small change at hand. Now that we have everything planned out, let's look at the things to do on our extra time when we don't have attractions. It's always a good idea to visit smaller, less touristy museums. Smaller museums have a more intimate feel and you get a better idea of the local culture. Rent a bike. This is a great idea to sightsee so you can see local attractions and stop and taste the local food. If you want to keep a budget, in the morning visit the local grocery store and pack a picnic for later. Stay central and walk everywhere. You can find budget-friendly hotels in the city that are closer to all the tourist sites. If you don't like walking, learn to use the subway. It's fun learning the different stops on your way to your hotel. Here's a few places I have visited in the past, and some of my favorite destinations. Starting from the top left, this is a photo of Le Parc Monceau in Paris, close to where we stayed at last year. That's me in front of the famous Moulin Rouge and at the Louvre in 2008. On the far right is me 2 years ago in Salzburg, Austria. My husband and I rented a car and drove from Munich, Germany to Austria. We visited all the locations that were filmed in The Sound of Music. The bottom left is my husband and I in front of the Colosseum in Rome, Italy. Next is me in Athens, Greece, visiting the Acropolis. Next to that is us in London in front of the House of Parliament and Big Ben. I would say some of my favorite places are Greece, Sicily, and my number one favorite place is France. Now that you have some tips to plan your trip, here's some advice that I want to give you. Be in the moment. It's so hard to be in the moment when you're thinking about the next place to see and visit, but sometimes it's good to just stop and absorb that moment you're in that you'll remember forever. Take meaningful photos. We get so caught up in trying to capture every second of every moment that we forget to capture that one special moment that you can look back and tell a story about. That one photo that you can hang up and be proud of. Keep a travel journal. I haven't done this, but I wish I had, because now I'm starting to forget names and locations and places I visited. It's a good idea to have memories written down to look back on later. Lastly, be safe and enjoy yourself. This could be a once-in-a-lifetime trip, and you want to make it the most out of it. So, let the adventure begin. Thank you.